Let's get it. Alright. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Hope your health and strength is good. What? And to you Steam Deck fans, what's up? Steam Deck Tribe, Steam Deck Nation, Steam Deck Universe, Steam Deck World, Steam Deck Legion, what's good? Steam Deck Mom, what's up? And the Steam Deck Squad. You know the price of video games are going up now, so they're getting more detailed and more complex. As time goes on. So video games now are $70 now. So so no more $59.99 for you guys. Those days are over. The prices of video games are going up. Listen to this. Says here, Starfield will be $70 as Microsoft raises next-gen game prices. Starfield, Redfall, and other Microsoft first-party games will see price hike to $70 starting in 2023. Keep the pace with Sony and Ubisoft recent increases. As time goes up, as time goes on, and video games become like more detailed and very, very detailed with the new features that with the ray tracings, the teraflops, the deep learning, DLSS, deep learning super sampling, DLAA, deep learning anti-aliasing, FSR, fidelity super resolution. As new tech, video games is what pushes the industry. So as new development tools comes into video games, the prices of video games go up. So don't be surprised if you see a video game cost what, $80, or even $90, because it requires a lot of man hours, to get these games made, plus you got to pay the employees, a lot of time has been put into these games, and people need to be paid for the work they do. Then on top of that, you got the pandemic. The pandemic really threw things. First of all, the video game industry benefited from the pandemic, because when stores were closed, the only way to get your games were digitally. So the digital games took off. And the pandemic, the industry, had to change their work environment, plus take care of their employees to keep the industry going, because you need humans to keep the game industry going. So the pandemic really turned things, what you say, around or upside down, however you want to put it. But the industry as a whole benefited, the industry probably saved some time too, because they have to change their work environment. But with these games now, the way they are, and they're almost like movies to a point. if you play some of these games, there's a lot of, if you see the end credits, the amount of people that it takes to make today's games now, it's very, very time consuming, and as these consoles, as they get powerful and powerful, as they get more powerful in the years to come, the prices of gaming will continue to go up. Listen to this though. It says here, Microsoft has announced that upcoming RPG game Starfield will be $70 USD when it launches in 2023, as will all other first-party games designed for the Xbox Series X and S. A Microsoft spokesperson confirmed to PCN Games that this price increase will apply to new games on both Xbox and Windows platform, and reflect the growing scale and cost of producing and maintaining video games. Like I told you before, video games are very high maintenance. So yeah, very demanding. That's why you see these console these computer vendors, man, like making different motherboards, video cards, RAM, CPU, everything. Trying to keep up with the high demands of video games. Anyway, says here, As IGN reports, Microsoft said that pricing for its first-party games will increase from $59.99 to $69.99. No more $59.99 stuff. Those days are dead. Anyway, says here in 2023 that will apply to full stable of Microsoft Game Studios, including Bethesda, which has both Starfield and co-op vampire hunting FPS Redfall due out next year. We reached out to Microsoft to confirm the price increase would apply to PC as well. Then they say, yes, our new full price games will be $69.99 across console and PC. Storefronts, a spokesperson tells us the price reflects the content scale and the complexity of these titles regardless of platform. The spokesperson pointed out that these games will also be available on day one with Game Pass. And it says here, Starfield release date is currently scheduled for the first half of 2023. So the first half of 2023, Starfield, and Starfield will be $70, and then every game that comes out will follow that will follow that price point. So we were, the more detailed and complex video games get, and the more demanding they get, and the more development tools and development features that they bring to the table, these games will continue to go up in price. So if you wanna be entertainment comes with a price. So you have to pay for your entertainment, especially in video games. So any entertainment, you got to pay for it. Even if you're listening to music or watching movies, or playing board games, they come with a price. So video games is not exempt from the list. So the more complex games get, and the more detailed they get, they will get expensive. So people shouldn't get upset that the price. Nothing in life. No, people shouldn't get upset that the prices are going up. Nothing in life remains the same. Every year, every year, times change, people change, attitude change. Prices go up. So you just have to change. When it comes to these when it comes to life in general, you have to change. You have to change with the times. Stick to your principles that you grew up on, but you have to change with the times. And when it comes to these games, man, a price hike was going to happen. It was going to happen. And because these developers, sitting in front of coming up with the idea for a game is one thing. Coming up with the concept for a game is one thing. Is another. Coming up with the story is one thing. Putting the characters in place, and then putting all those man hours in, sitting in a studio, putting all that time in to get the game made. It takes a lot of time to do all that. So those studios, they need to be compensated for the time that they put in. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I really don't. If you saw when the pandemic came, the video game industry, it benefited, but it changed too. And then consoles, the more powerful they get, the more expensive they're gonna get. So I was already used. Me personally, I was already used to paying prices for electronics. So this is not a shock if you really look at it. $70 for a game. Hey, it's worth it, man. So with the way these games are, man, look at Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 and on the PlayStation 4, Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, and look at Batman Arkham Knight, and look at let's see, look at those look at Anthem, look at Destiny, and look at those games and realize the amount of man hours and power that it takes to make these games and where a video game is headed. You knew the prices was gonna go up, man. If you see how deep, I mean, if you played like Spider-Man Miles Morales, and you stand on one of the top of those buildings and you see how you see how these people moving around in the streets and you see how the traffic is moving, it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better from here on out. So these games, man, they're getting more detailed, man, and you know, more complex to make, man, and and new development tools are being made, are being made, to keep up with the demands of video games. So $70, it's not a big deal, man. So life goes on. Life goes on, prices go up everywhere and everything now. Food, you used to be able to like buy a bag of potato chips for $1. Now you got to pay like almost $4 for a bag of potato chips. So life is expensive, man. So you got to make adjustments and change with the times, or prepare to change with the times and stick to your principles, that you But prices go up, man, and it's the way it is, That's life, man. Starfield's supposed to raise the bar as far as video game goes, take gaming to another level. So when this game comes out, you're gonna see that it was really worth the $70, So and you're gonna compare it to like other space shooters like was it Solaris and EVE Online and what's another one? All the space Star Wars, all the all the shooters that you space games that you've ever played. Star Trek. Oh yeah. I mean, if you saw when EA made Battlefront, the first Battlefront, and you see now how the levels were made, you knew that video game was going to get better. So Starfield from Bethesda. Oh yeah. The game it's going to take games to new heights. So a price increase was imminent, man. So gamers shouldn't get mad about a price of $70 now for games, because we've been paying $59.99 for games since the 8-bit 8-bit Nintendo days. So it's been what? So from 1990 to what? 2022 right now is what? Almost 30 years? somewhere around here. So like the times change, it was needed. So yeah, look at the real estate market. Look at the houses, how expensive they are. So life is expensive, man. So yeah, you want to enjoy entertainment in this world, you have to pay for it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, Star Wars and Star Trek 5 or Dark Side. Go.